a command.
Oh no, don't want to say a command. Don't want to say a command. Don't want to say a command. Just want to say good morning. As we say in Balashawan Kodash, the ancient Hebrew, Tawab Bakwar, or as some people speak the other Hebrew, they say Boker Tov. I'll say that too. I got love for some people that say that. That's okay. So, at the end of the day, say good morning. That's in English, y'all. Buenos dias, that's in Spanish. And yeah, I think those are pretty much the languages I speak, so that's all I can say. How's everybody doing? Just a little preoccupied at the moment, so I said I'll go live. See how everybody's doing. I'm waiting got to work early, and for some reason, the gentleman that usually opens the door to allow me to go inside and take a nap is not here. So I have about 30 minutes to go I can spare. So I said, let me see who's up. Who is up? Who's up? What's going on? I really don't like using this YouTube app at all. If you guys think YouTube doesn't send out the notifications, you go live on the YouTube app, it's even worse. So I don't even know if I could be heard. Nobody's commenting, so I don't know. But anyway, I'll do my thing. Those of y'all that come in. And we'll just take it from there. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully everybody's doing well. It's your brother Priest Dan, representing Lions of Israel, representing Maccabeestv. It's been a while since I went live on, Maccabeestv, like early in the morning. You guys know for the longest time, I used to do the series called Road Rage, right? A lot of you guys were locked into that. I would drive down from work like 3 in the morning. And I would talk to you guys while I'm driving down to keep myself awake and to kind of keep you guys locked in that were up at that same time. I see you, martyr for Yahushua. Shalom to you. Shalom to you. All praise to the Most High. Many blessings to you. Yeah, so you guys would see me live streaming on my way down from work. Lately I just been when I'm driving down, I'm doing a lot of active listening to other content creators and things of that nature. I haven't been so much doing the live streams, but I do want to bring them back. I don't think I'm going to bring them back on this channel though. I do have Maccabeestv 2 as well. And I think because I want to give that particular channel some content more so than this one, and build up the subscriber base over there, especially considering how much messages I get from YouTube about the first channel and how they don't like certain things I say. I'm going to build that channel up with content. I think I'm going to take Road Rage over to Maccabeestv 2. Now that means I'll probably lose the majority of you brothers and sisters, because most of y'all are subscribed here and not there, which is fine. That's okay. For the ones that's over there, they'll get it. If it's a small amount of people or a large amount of people, they'll get it over there. If you like that content, then you can go over there and you can get it as well, right? I'll be sure to advertise that, but more likely than not, this will probably be the last Road Rage I'll do on this particular channel for the foreseeable future. I'm never going to say never, but it's probably the last one. Yeah. So anyway, what's going on, family? Those of y'all that's in the house, I know it's early. It's later than usual. I used to go live at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 5:30 now. Those of y'all that's in the house, you already know what you can do. You can hit the like button, right, or dislike button. Either one. That triggers the algorithm. You can leave a comment, whatever you want to do. Like I said, I don't like going live from the YouTube app. When I do the Road Rage series, most likely I'm going to be doing it from StreamYard itself on my phone if I'm going to go live from the phone. I'm not really going to do it from the app, because the YouTube app really does suck. Not just for me, but anybody that uses it will, for some reason, it just, I don't know what YouTube is doing. I think maybe because Shomer Ephraim Onap, that's an interesting name. Never heard that one before. Shalom to you. I think because mostly smaller content creators, go live from the app. YouTube is not sending out notifications when you go live from the app. That's why I don't hardly use it anymore like I used to. If you guys know, YouTube is now more concerned with, larger corporations and larger content creators. If you're not someone that's working with above at least 500,000 subscribers, I don't care who you are or what you're teaching, they're not sending a notification. Because sometimes, all praises, bro. I like that. One nation, one power, all praises. Yep, that's right. And that's what we are. Yeah, so what I was saying was that YouTube is only really concerned with people that's above 500,000 subscribers, large corporations, people that million subscribers and up, so forth and so on. That's what they're more concerned about. Their notification. Notice that they don't complain about their notifications not being sent out. They're higher into the algorithm. So I'm talking about every Israelite. I don't give a damn if you have 50,000, 75,000, whatever number of subscribers you have. Everybody tries to act like they're in that boat alone. Oh, my notifications aren't going out because I'm teaching so much truth. No, nobody that has a smaller channel under 100,000 subscribers' notifications is going out. It ain't because you're teaching some unique truth that everybody else ain't teaching. That's a lie. You can stop lying to yourself. It's the algorithm. All of this stuff deals with the algorithm. Most websites nowadays that cater to mass amount of people deal with algorithm. No, the books don't go up. I keep hearing this thing, books going up because everybody, no, books go up like Deontay, Shalom King. Book prices go up like airline prices go up. I've explained this before because I used to do travel agent for a while, right? When I used to work for American Express, I was doing, I used to work with the platinum customers, which are the millionaires, right? I used to work for American Express Travel. So I've said it before. I don't give a lot of personal stuff away, but I used to work for Amex. I used to work for Amex Travel, right? And we were dealing with the American Express Platinum, right? And we used to do trips as part of what we did. And I learned about the algorithm of the websites, like when you're booking trips with people. Somebody calls in and they want to book a vacation, and they get a price from you, and then they tell you, "Oh, that sounds great. I'm going to talk to my wife. I'll call you back." And then they call you back an hour later, and the price went up, and now they're cursing you out. But that's because the algorithm on the website noticed that I myself was checking the trip, and maybe 2 or 3 of my other coworkers was checking the same trip, especially if you're talking about going to a homecoming game. Like a lot of times, you guys know colleges do homecoming games, and then you would have a whole bunch of people that graduated from a particular college. They'd all be going and trying to book the same hotels and the same flights for a homecoming game at Michigan State or at Penn State, or you guys get the idea. And so what would happen is the algorithm on the airline websites, the algorithm for the hotels, et cetera, would see that we're all checking, and not just us in that office, but all around where, all the different offices, we're all checking to see what the price of this trip is going to be. So I may get a price, but an hour later I'm going to get another price because the algorithm is reading it, so it jacks the price up. It's all in the algorithm. The same is true for history books. You buy a history book, the algorithm on Amazon will see that 50 people done priced this book, it goes up. It's automatic. And the same is true for YouTube, right? When you start seeing that notifications are not being sent out, it's not just for you because you have some unique truth that you're talking and nobody else is talking. Stop deluding yourself. If you have a channel that's smaller than 500,000 subscribers and really 1 million, yeah, that's why your notification is not going up. You're not special. It's everybody. All right, so you do what you can do, and you just ask your subscriber base to support, right? To share the video, to like the video, etc., etc. That's the way it goes, right? And I've noticed, especially using the YouTube app as I'm using now, that the YouTube app does not send out notifications. I just understand it for what it is. It's not because I have some special or unique truth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself. It's because I'm speaking so much truth. No. It's the way this site works. So you just have to use it for what it is, you know. I got time this morning. As I said, the gentleman is late. He's not here. So I had time, so I went live. Most likely, I won't even keep this video on my channel because it's a placeholder. I'm just, here to talk to you guys and see how you guys are doing. Okay, Kanai Shah, shalom to you. I see that you sent me something. I'll have to look at that when I'm done doing this. Troy McLean, shalom to you. Shalom to you as well. So, for those of y'all that's not familiar, I'm in Newark, New Jersey. This is the famous Newark, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the places that I work, and you guys can see this is supposed to be downtown. It's the hood too. This is the hood and it's downtown at the same time. At the same time, so hopefully everything is well with you, brothers and sisters. We're coming into the Sabbath right now. Coming up in a few hours for those that are Sabbath observers. We'll come to the Sabbath. Hopefully everybody has a blessed Sabbath. Ooh, Troy McLean, you said, what is my take on living in California right now? Well, I'm not from California, but I have a lot of my brothers who I have love for that are from California. And one of the things that I'm noticing is that there is a great, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, Leviathan Kane said Newark is entirely hood. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm talking about downtown. Downtown Newark is the effing hood. I'm talking about Prudential Center, by Penn Station. I'm saying the block away is the hood. That's just a fact. So you asked me about living in California. So, like I said, I can only go by what I see and people I talk to. So I remember I'm sitting here crying every time I have to go to the gas pump, right? And I fill up my car. I'm complaining about the fact that gas prices are over $3 in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Like gas prices are over $3. If you really look, you could maybe find somebody at $2.99, but for the most part, gas here is like over $3, right? Some parts of Pennsylvania is as high as $3.25. But you usually see like $3.15, $3.09, whatever. This is like, how long ago? What's the last time I've been to Cali? Like 2 years ago. I had a rental when I went to Cali. I'm a grown man. I don't cry, but I almost cried when I went to the pump to fill it. You have to fill a rental up before you bring it back. I never paid for over $4 for gas in my life. In my life. So when I saw that in California, I was devastated. It's too expensive. I was in LA. It's too expensive. That's the thing. And I see a lot of people from Cali are moving to Arizona, right? I see a lot of people from Cali moving to Nevada. A lot of people moving to Texas, and some even moving to some of them are even moving to the East Coast, like Atlanta and stuff like that. So I mean, if you can afford to live in Cali, it's a great place. But I think a lot of our people are being priced out of California. It's a very, very expensive place to live, which is why, for me personally, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even do New York. And New York is expensive itself. Not when it comes to gas and stuff like that, but other things, the cost of living. What I pay for where I live, you can't even get in New York City, you'd be lucky to get a room for that. You'd be lucky to get a room. Like if you guys know anything about, well, I'll tell y'all, because many of y'all not from New York. If you go in New York and you try to rent a room, the room rentals are big in New York, right? A lot of people will just rent a room, right? That's if you have an apartment and you're trying to okay, so New York has a large immigrant population, right? So I'll just put y'all on the game. We're just talking, so good, morning. Give y'all, because I don't know how it is in y'all city. Y'all could tell me. But in New York, right, you have a large immigrant population, right? So you have parts of New York, especially like upper New York, like I'm talking about Washington Heights, places like that. You have a large population of Dominicans, right, that live like in upper New York, right? A lot of them, to supplement their income to pay their rent, they will have like a spare room in their apartment and they'll rent out the room to people. That's what they do. Room rentals is big in Washington Heights and other parts of New York and the Bronx and stuff like that. Room rentals are big business, right? So, you go get, you get to, They have like in the bar, in the back of the barber shop or the beauty salon, they'll have a little Dominican lady with a little desk back there, and she'll have a room, a book full of she'll have a book full of rooms of people that of Dominican people that have rooms in their apartment that are for rent. This is some underground shit. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about, right? And you go in there as somebody that you have a little whatever job and you're trying to find a place and everything. You go to this little spot right there, a little beauty shop, a little barber shop. You go sit with mommy and she'll send you to look at a bunch of rooms. Yo, some of these rooms, man, some of these rooms is $200 a week. You know what I'm saying? You're paying almost $800 a month. Some of them is even above $200 a week. This is a fact. Okay, so you might be paying $250 a week for an effing room. You know what I'm saying? Much less an apartment. You're almost paying $1,000 a month just to be in a room. You're still sharing the kitchen. You're still sharing the bathroom. And your room, you know what I'm saying, is like almost like the size of a closet. That's how things are going in New York. That's how bad it is, right? Much less you going for an apartment. A studio apartment in New York is probably like $2,000 almost nowadays. So it's crazy. So that's one of the reasons why I got out of New York, because you can get a house outside of New York, about an hour and a half outside of New York, for under $1,000 mortgage if you know what you're doing. That's just a fact. You just have to be willing to drive and travel. So I can't even imagine, going back to the question you asked me before, I can't even imagine what it is living in Cali, because I know Cali's even more expensive from what I hear and from what I see. I see so many people leaving. Great place to visit, but if you don't have an established business, if you don't have a really good way of making income, it could be very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Barakatha Most High says, "Where are you right now?" I'm in Newark. I'm in the bricks, man. You might have just come on a little late. I'm in Newark. This is downtown Newark. This looks like the hood, right? Because Newark, like brother just said, Newark is entirely the hood. Downtown, by City Hall, everything. Newark, New Jersey is the hood. Period. From line to line, from one end to the other. So if it looks like I'm in the hood, I'm in the hood, and I'm actually downtown. You know what I'm saying? This is the hood. Somebody asked something, but when I'm on the app, the freaking comments disappear. Yael, you said it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna move this. This is, I used to do the road rage. I'm pretty sure you know. I'm gonna move the road rage series to the backup channel and start fresh there. I'm not gonna really be doing the road rage videos on this channel anymore going forward. So I haven't been doing them, but I'm gonna start doing them over there. Yeah, King, you said you in Cali. It's pitch black there because it's 5:45, 5:49 here, so it's 2:49 there. So yeah, I know it's like in the middle of the night, man. What you doing up, King? What you doing? You just you got home from work, or you about to go to work? Like, what you doing up so early? That's true. I live in the state next from Cali, and the place is getting flooded with people from a lot of people from Cali's moving to Arizona, to Nevada, to Texas. A lot of ex-Cali residents in Texas, and some are moving to the East Coast, like Atlanta. I don't know anywhere else on the East Coast they're moving to. I know a lot of people moving to Atlanta too. So, all right, it's like it's a handful of y'all in here. Y'all could hit the like button, or for my haters, you can hit the dislike button too. That's fine. Just do something. Just do something with yourself. The algorithm on this stupid behind app is not good. So I had a little time to waste. I'm waiting for my coworker to get here to open up the door for the building. So I said, you know what? I'll do one more live on this stupid app on Maccabeestv, and then I'm going to move this road race series that I used to do over to the other channel, and I'll build it from the ground up, which means I'll probably lose a lot of you guys that like this series. I'll probably lose you because many of you are not subscribed to the backup channel. I will put the link in the comments once I'm done going live. Yeah. Uncle Claude, shout out to you. Claude, we need to do an interview, brother. There's too much going on, man. And I'm being patient, bro, but I need an interview from you, Uncle Claude. We got a lot to talk. We got to talk about Mama's cooking. We got to talk about everybody. We got to talk about your boy Stephen A. Snitch. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about, bro. So, Uncle Claude, I just need, that invite. You got my number, just call me. I need that invite. And I want to come over there, man. We got to talk about your Lakers. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, King. So I need that invite, man. It's all right. Don't duck me, Claude, because your teams ain't been doing good this year. We still need to talk, man. Yeah. Somebody said that if you're not making six figures in Cali, it's hard to survive. That's most big cities. You know what I'm saying it's no different here. The only real difference I saw between that I seen from the times I've been to Cali and New York is the gas prices. That's what I see. And I don't know, so I'll have to ask you, brothers that's from Cali, do y'all think that the gas prices there has anything to do with the fact that there's so many cars on the road out there that they're trying to discourage you guys from driving? Because I can't understand why gas would be like $4 and $5 a gallon. I don't even know no, that's too much. That's too much. Hey, Uncle Claude, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta check up on you every now and then, make sure, man, you're not a Stephen A fan. I don't know, man. I make sure. I know you're not, man, but sometimes I gotta just double check and make sure, bro. I'll bring you back to reality if you are. It's okay. It's all right, man. But we definitely got to talk because you know what I'm saying your man Kwame Brown is a one man army. You know what I'm saying? And he knocking all these clowns down. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that, man, because I don't like bullies, man. I don't like bullies. And I was telling somebody yesterday that a lot of people that's on social media, they're only as right as their platform, meaning that the larger their platform is and their voice is what makes them right. But a lot of times they're full of shit. These people sit on these platforms like the Breakfast Club, and you have all these, million subscribers, whatever. It doesn't mean that what you're saying is right. It just means you have the larger platform to say your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I like when, oh, I got my man Deacon Sakari in the building. My man, that's another bulldozer right there, just knocking everything down. Shout out Deacon. What's going on, King? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. It's always been like something, a theory. So I know you from the West Coast, so I appreciate that feedback. That's always been a theory of mine as to why gas prices are so much higher. Because I can't understand. New York is just as bad price wise, everything else like Cali. So I never understood why gas was so goddamn high out there. But what you said makes sense, King. I appreciate that feedback. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So you know, like I said, you're only as right as your platform is. So these guys have these large platforms and they sit there and they talk and they say all this bullshit and it they're allowed to reach more people. But I like when I see like a guy like Kwame Brown come up and others that come up, Carcino for Life and others that come up that have these smaller platforms on YouTube, but they're doing so much damage to the larger platforms that these dudes are having to respond. Like they can't ignore what's being said. And Kwame Brown is straight talk. He's talking against Esau and all that. Like he's not Cowtown, he's not buck dancing or nothing. He calling out all the homos and everything. He just has to be careful because, what I'm saying, there was another brother that did something like that and something happened to him, and that brother's name was Pimp C, man. Let me tell you something. Pimp C, for those of y'all that don't know, I'ma say it. What I'm saying, because some of you Israelites, you little Christians. So when we start talking about some street stuff or whatever like that, or some, whatever, you get a little, yeah, your briefs or your boxes might be a little too tight for this type of information. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Pimp C was a real nigga. Pimp C was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go back and listen to them interviews, bro. That interview that Pimp C gave on radio in Atlanta was the realest interview ever. Ever. And this dude was exposing everybody to go along, get along. Pimp C did that, man. All that bunky stuff that Kwame Brown's exposing. Pimp C was talking about that stuff, man. Next thing you know, they find this dude talking about he overdosed on some goddamn lean. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He was talking against homosexuality in the rap community, and he exposed everybody from Young Jeezy to everybody in Atlanta, the Puffy, the Russell Simmons, to everybody. Then all of a sudden, the dude ends up, y'all already know, overdosing on some lean with some chick in the room or some shit. I forget exactly how the story goes, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So Kwame has to be careful of that. That's one of the things that kind of be on my mind. Like he going in, and they giving him some room. But am I gonna wake up one morning, man, and read a story like, yo, this dude overdosed on something or whatever? Because he's going in unfiltered. The only people that talk like that is us. We don't, outside of the Israelites, I don't know nobody else to talk. Everybody else is compromised. I'm looking at the conscious community and everything. Everybody else compromises, but us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck, right? I'm keeping it a buck. We go against Christians, Muslims, conscious community, Illuminati, other some Israelites that are sellouts. We talk about everything. We don't hold back nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's why they keep our platforms suppressed, right? That's why brothers' platforms keep getting knocked down, so forth and so on. For the same reason, because we're doing too much. When you look and you see, um, you have all these celebrities that's waking up and stuff like that, and then you have a lot of them that's waking up that's quiet, right? They know the truth, but they don't say nothing. Like I myself have spoken to people that I would never say, and they're like, "Yo, you know, I see what y'all are doing, so forth and so on." And I'm like, "Well, if you don't say nothing, I'm not gonna say nothing, right? I'm not gonna be the one to out you, whatever." Like that has happened. But a lot of people are watching what's going on with this Israelite movement. That's why there's such a push to try to destroy what it is that we're doing through the spirit and power of the Most High. But the Most High is with us, so they can't destroy it. The more they try to destroy the movement, is the stronger the movement gets, right? I always tell, shout out to Brother Sonnet, I always tell him, I'm like, yo, the more videos you make against the Israelites, is the bigger we get. You just bring attention to what it is that we're doing, and people begin, there's an old saying, everybody knows the old saying, right? They say that there's no such thing as bad publicity. That's what they say. Well, you could talk bad about somebody, right? But let's just say somebody doesn't know who I am, or any of you guys that's listening, somebody doesn't know who you are, right? You stupid enough to turn your camera on and talk about me to your audience who doesn't know who I am. Then they come and they watch the video, and now they're in the comments saying, "Hey brother, I'm glad I found your channel. Hey brother, I learned from you," whatever. That happens all the time. I was standing right there at Passover when somebody walked up to Sinetta with me standing right there and was like, "I didn't know nothing about Israelites till I saw them on your channel." That's a fact. That's a fact. I witnessed that with my own eyes. And that was confirmation to me to what I already knew. I want everybody to keep talking about us, the Israelites. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I know sometimes y'all see all the stuff that's happening, all the stuff that's being said about the community, and it bothers you like, yo, no, don't let it bother you, man. The Most High knows the Lord is in control of everything. The scriptures tell us man's goings is of the Lord. Man's goings is of the Lord. Sometimes a man will do something and he think he's doing something for his purpose, but the Most High is using that man for his purpose. You see what I'm saying? To get you further out there, or to introduce you to a whole nother audience that didn't know nothing about you, so forth and so on. I don't know. Okay, so he was signing a smile and gave it do the pound, King. He smiled and gave it do the pound, right? So this is I'm gonna say this is about maybe 2016, right? So 2016 is 21, right? So this is about 5 years ago. I was invited by Captain Tazariak to the ISUPK Passover, so I went, right? Whatever year they had the Passover at the where do we have Cameron Trial? What is that shit? The Alhambra Ballroom. They had their Passover one year at the Alhambra Ballroom, right? So I was invited, right? And I must say, I was treated with great hospitality. As much as brothers, rah. When I went in there, I was greeted by half the room. I got a lot of respect in there, even though whatever these brothers say I did. So I'm gonna say that, like I'm a real nigga. I keep it a buck all the time. I got a lot of respect in there, right? Even though I'm not, So Sonetta was there, Reggie was there, right? They had a table. So I walked up to the table and I was talking to Sonetta, and some brother, I don't know where he was from, I don't remember, it's been a while. He walked up to Sonetta while I was standing right there. He was like, "Yo, bro," he said, "I want to thank you for bringing the Israelites on your channel." He said, "I would have never found this truth if I didn't see it on your channel." He didn't see it on our channels. He saw it on that channel. I can't even tell you, brothers and sisters, how many emails and stuff I get. Hold on 1 second. What's up, Sam?
I'm gonna go get my car.
Okay, yeah. I can't even tell you, brothers and sisters, how many emails I get of people that tell me that the first time they was introduced to me was through Sonetta's channel. As a matter of fact, shout out Joel Benjamin. Joel Benjamin, right? Y'all know Joel to be on my channel sometimes. You know how I met Joel? Through Sonetta. Through Sonetta. That's how I met Joel. That's how everything that we did with Joel was through Sonetta. I could go on and on and on and on. So, these dudes be thinking that they be doing something, talking about us, and they really just helping us. Like this, I got to talk about this clown called Garfield, right? This nigga he been talking about me on his channel every day. Then he goes on Doggy Diamonds and talks about me. I know he's getting ready to go on Killer Priest. He's gonna talk about me. I want to thank him. Like, I don't know what he thinks he's doing. All you doing is you helping me. You're helping me. I appreciate it. Keep talking about me. You bring attention. Some of your people come to my channel and then they mock you when they see that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're a clown. You don't know history. You're a fake scholar. And so when they come to my channel, they find out. So I appreciate it. I want you to keep talking about me. I appreciate it. Everywhere you go, you got my name is Zion Lexus' name in your mouth mainly. Me and him. And I want you to know, and Mika, if you watch, you make sure you tell him I said it. I want him to know that I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Oh, hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Sorry, I'm just letting somebody in behind me. You good? Okay. Yeah. I want you to know that I want you to know that I appreciate it. You keep talking. You keep my name in your mouth and stuff like that. It really just means that I'm doing something right. And that's why you're mad. And I get it. You know? So we don't have to, as Israelites, we don't have to take any of this. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Just make sure that you do the right thing. You be as righteous as you could be. You be the example of change and this truth that you want to see, so that nobody can use your behavior, like the scriptures say about not giving somebody I want to quote the scripture correctly, because sometimes I'll be butchering scriptures when I misquote them, right? What's the exact wording of the scripture? Basically, you don't want your behavior to be something that somebody uses against the gospel, right? You don't want to be that. So just make sure that you carry yourself the way you're supposed to carry yourself at all times, whether somebody knows who you are or not. I'll give you guys a quick example before I get out of here, right? So I'm working somewhere, I'm not gonna say where, right? And what's up, Reg? I didn't see you, Reg, I didn't see you Sunday in class. I don't know if you got a chance to see, was in class, I don't know. YouTube struck down the class video on Sunday, but I'm gonna repost it for you, brothers, just so you know, Reg. You too, Deontay. I didn't see you in class, but YouTube struck my video. I don't know what I did, but they struck the video. I only did Daniel 7, so I don't know why they struck it down, but they struck it down. But anyway, I'm gonna give you guys a quick example. I work somewhere, right? And there is a gentleman that I've been working with for about a year now. We kind of just talk in passing, but I really don't know the brother like that, right? Oh, you working on? Okay, no doubt, Reg. We talk. I owe you a call anyway. We'll talk. All right, because we got some stuff to yeah, we'll talk, King. So yeah, I work someplace and I've been working with this gentleman. This particular gentleman came to the job about like a year ago, maybe a little over, and we talk in passing, right? And you know, I don't go around my job advertising whatever. Like I don't do that. For Quinto, I'll answer your question in a second. I don't advertise what I, whatever. Like if you know, you know, you don't, right? Why is the serpent harmless as a dove? This dude been talking to me for a year. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, this dude comes out of nowhere, and calls me by my Hebrew name. We've been working together for a year. I didn't know this dude. He's like, I've been watching you for a year. As the Most High is my witness. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I've been watching you for a year. And he identifies me, gives me a full salute, and tells me what camp he's in. He said, I just was checking you out to see what, see if you really, and I was like, wow, word. This is facts, family. This is a fact. Now me and this dude see each other. I'm still looking at him sideways, like, yo, how you did that, bro? A whole year I'm talking to you, right? And you recognize, I don't know you, but apparently maybe you see me on YouTube, whatever it is, and you just been watching and studying me and stuff like that. That's why it's important, man, to, how you carry yourself, because you think somebody ain't looking, but somebody's looking. I'm glad I didn't show my ass, y'all. Because old boy was like, yo, I've been watching you for a whole year. I couldn't believe it, bro. Like my jaw dropped to the ground. This dude started showing me pictures of himself in Gar. I ain't gonna say which camp he's in, but he's in a camp over here in this area, in the New York, New Jersey camp. He's in a major camp. You know what I'm saying? He showed me pictures and everything, and I'm like, with leaders of the camp, I'm like, God damn. Okay. So just make sure we carry ourselves. Don't worry about what people say, because people are going to talk. Their feelings, their butt is hurting because this truth is kicking ass. You know what I'm talking about? So Brother Quinto asked me, am I working on any documentaries? It's interesting you asked me that. I have a documentary I have two documentaries that I'm working on, right? One documentary is something that's very basic. I was just actually talking to One of the other elders in the camp about that this morning. No, excuse me, last night I was talking to him about it. And this is a documentary that I'm going to actually be working on probably within the next like 2 weeks. And I'm going to put out by the end of July. This is nothing special, no bells and whistles, nothing like that. It's just going to give a lot of you brothers and sisters a little bit of a better history. I don't think that there's been enough of you. Okay, let me put it to you like this, and this is not for everybody, right? Many of you brothers and sisters that watch this channel, you come from a tree, right? You are the branches of a tree that you don't know much about, right? Meaning that there's a lot of history. Whatever teacher that you learned under or learned from that might have been the person that sparked you to wake you up and bring you into this truth, so forth and so on. You have a very limited history of, or knowledge of the history of this truth that we're in and how it came about and who is who and what's what. You have a very limited history of that. And it's important because we cannot allow the Christian apologists or the comedics. I hear people talking, or even people, not to be funny, that were never part of these things, to tell the story for us. We just can't allow that. I can't allow that. So one of the things that I'm going to be working on, I'm taking 2 trips this month in July, but in between me taking 2 trips, y'all might just see me pop up in y'all city. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I told y'all I don't telegraph my moves, but I pop up in cities. You just see me walk up like, oh, should I even know you was here? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some haters out here. But in between me traveling, I'm going to put together a little documentary that I think is going to be very, very helpful to a lot of you brothers and sisters, to give you guys a little bit of background history on what's been, what you're a part of and how it came to be. From my limited experience, I came into the truth in 1992. So this, I'm saying, you guys know next year will be 30 years. From my limited experience, I'm going to give you guys some insight into some things just to help you guys out, so that when you're hearing people say stuff, you can really judge them based on, well, first of all, were you a part of it? You know what I'm saying? How would you know that? And, so forth and so on. So I'm going to put you guys on. Shout out to everybody that's joined the Patreon. The Patreon is the same as the channel, Maccabeestv. You guys saw that I put up a video yesterday from 14 years ago, 2007, I think. I put it up on Patreon yesterday. I got a lot. I got a ton of videos, man. I'm talking about some of your favorite teachers in Israel when their beard was still black, and I'm talking about a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff you guys are going to see on Patreon. Some of it will come to YouTube in increments, but I'm very careful of what I put on YouTube, because I've had a few channels got struck down because people are just haters, right? And so I don't want to put all this effort into putting these videos out for people just to, to be hating on it for what? It's not, if the people that will come to Patreon and pay a little $5 a month to see some of these videos, I know that you're interested because you paid a little $5 a month, whatever, $5, $10 a month, right? I got a $5, a $3, $5, and I'm going to have a $10 tier in a little while. So the people that come, they're paying for it, so I know that they're interested in it, so I don't have to worry about putting something up and people hating on it or whatever the situation might be. So you guys will see some of that. Some of it will come to YouTube. Like, I want people to understand something. I get this from my elders. I don't believe in charging people. This is me. And sometimes when I speak, you guys got to get, if I'm gonna sit here, I gotta, the guys came and I'm still sitting here talking to you guys. So the least you guys can do that's here, that haven't, just hit the like button if you want me to continue, or I can stop. So one of the things I want you guys to know is that I speak about this all the time. Yeah, but I have that video, King. It's a 4-hour video on VHS. I have it. I was looking at it yesterday. Rebuke All Devils. I was looking at it yesterday. That's a 4-hour video that we was on public access. Myself and my lawyer, the late great. We was on, me and him, young man. We was on public access back then. That's like 1997, right? And I got more videos like that. It's not just us. I have other people that you guys are well known in Israel teaching on public access too. I got all the videos. I'm talking about 120 hours. But going back to what I was saying, I learned this from my elders, and one of the things that they taught me is that you don't really charge people for teachings. That's why when I did the academy, I remember when I did this first academy that we just finished this summer, when brothers, not every brother that's in the academy, you have a few of them that's in here listening now. Some of the brothers that came to me when I told them I was doing the academy, they was like, "How much?" I can never charge you brothers and sisters for breakdowns. I can't see it, and that's not because I'm not putting myself on a in any over righteous light to say I'm no. My elders, I remember elders saying that was off. I remember elders saying that was off. I can never charge you guys for breakdowns. Like I'm gonna break a scripture down. I'm gonna charge you for that. That's crazy to me. Now I know that there are some camps. You go into their their whatever program that they have set up for new people. They charge you. That's on them. I'm not taking no shots at nobody. I'm saying I, in good conscience, cannot do that. So hopefully those that will come in the future in future academies I'm doing. There's another academy coming October 5th. Those that are going to come in future academies, you don't have to ask me that. I will not charge you to be in the academy to teach scriptures. I'm not going to do that. But I do have a Patreon because I spend hours and hours and hours putting together some of these PowerPoints that I do that there. Yes, of course, there's scriptures and breakdowns in there, but there's a lot of history, a lot of sources, a lot of different things in there. I spend hours doing. I've loaded these things to YouTube, sometimes to have people hate on it and flag it. I've also loaded these things to YouTube to sometimes have them sit and languish in the dust because it's 4 hours and people are like, they're not sitting down. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all. When I see videos that are 4 hours, I know what my first reaction is. When I look at a video on YouTube and I look at how long it is, it says 4 hours, I'm like, boop, skip. There's no way I'm sitting down watching a 4 hour. I've had brothers send me a video like, you need to watch this. Now I look at the shit and I'm like, it should say 4 hours. I'm like, no. I'm just keeping it a buck. So I don't expect for y'all to want to sit down and watch my 4 hour video. I don't. I know there are some of you guys that will be in the comments like, no, we'll watch it. That's you. That's you. But generally speaking, ain't nobody watching no 4 hour video. And I understand it. I'm not hating. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, so why would I do one on YouTube? No. So when I do when I get into my long-winded self, which is probably more often than I would like, I'll do it on Patreon. I could do a 4 hour video because the people that's there, they're paying for it. So I know that they'll watch it. Even if they don't sit down and watch it or sit in one sitting, I know that that's what they're there for. So it's a much smaller audience, but I know it's an audience that's hungry for the information that I'm going to give. And I put a lot of time and effort into these PowerPoints. As brothers that's in the chat that know that was sat in the academy will tell you. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to do it that way for the people that really, and I'll sit down and I'll redo all those PowerPoints, teach them all over again for the people that's on the Patreon, as well as put out exclusive videos and videos from, when I first came into truth. I used to buy the VHS and the DVDs. I'm going to digitize those videos and put them up on YouTube. And I'm going to tell y'all what's funny. For those that know, if you were on YouTube in the early days, like I'm talking about, not even, maybe it's 2021 right now. I'm talking about 2012, 2013, maybe early in that, 2011. All these videos that I'm putting on Patreon were on YouTube. So you guys might be asking, well, where are they? Well, niggas got the channels flagged down. I had all these videos, all the DVDs that y'all see me, that I showed like 2 or 3 videos ago on my live. I showed all of those videos. Every last one of them was on YouTube at one time, believe it or not. And you guys know that there was a period like around 2012, 2013, where all Israelite channels were getting struck down. All of them. Y'all think Maccabeestv is my first, and Maccabeestv is like my 6th or 7th channel. I had Priest Danyaahla, Priest Danyaahla 1, this, that, and the third. All them channels got struck down, all of them. So those videos were out there. So I'm saying to myself, if I'm going to go back and put all this stuff out, it's a lot of effort to rip something from a VHS tape or a DVD tape that's 2 hours, 3 hours long. And I'm talking about 120 hours of stuff, and load the stuff to YouTube just for people to do stupid stuff, or for Israelites to be on a comment board arguing dumb shit. Like, nobody has time for that. I figure that if I put it on Patreon, the people that's coming to get it actually will treasure the information. And also, I want to say too, it's not about the vessel that's teaching the information, because some of the brothers that's in these videos, have gone off. Yes. Some of the very people that taught me have gone off, right? And that's between them and the Father. And no, this is where it gets a little dicey with me and some people. I'm not throwing my teachers away. I'm not a traitor. Some brothers in Israel, they're traitors. What do I mean by a traitor? Meaning that you will throw your teachers away. I'm not throwing my teachers away. You know why? You know why I'm not throwing my teachers away with all the mistakes that they might have made? For the same reason I'm not throwing King David away. You know why I'm not throwing my teachers away? For the same reason I'm not throwing King Solomon away. Because when I read about King Solomon went into idolatry. That was one of our as Israelites, that's one of our biggest problems. That's one of the biggest problems the Father, Yahweh, had with Israel, idolatry. Solomon facilitated idolatry. Do we throw him away? Or do we remember the good that he did before he facilitated the idolatry? Well, I think everybody knows the answer. The hell is that? Hold on, y'all. My car just made a sound I never heard. Yeah. We don't throw Solomon away, even though we know the things that he did. Even though we know we could read in the book of Nehemiah about them even talking about the stuff that Solomon did that was off, right? We learn from the bad he did and we don't repeat it, but we also speak about the good. And it's the same thing. And I'm gonna take this to an hour. Since I've been on 46 minutes, I'll take this to an hour and then I'll jump off. So I got about another 14 minutes maybe. I apply the same logic to my teachers, right? I don't worry about the vessel that's bringing the information. What I focus on is the fact that at the time that I got the information, I didn't have it. I didn't know. I was a very young man, 19, 20, coming into the truth. And so these brothers, man, raised me up through the spirit that was guiding them and of the Most High in them. They raised me up to be the man who I am today. And I will always appreciate that. I don't have to agree with stuff that they're doing. What's going on, Deacon? I see you. I don't necessarily have to agree with some of the things that I've seen or witnessed that these brothers did, but it doesn't. Now I know there's a scripture in Ezekiel that speaks about when a man does, Ezekiel, when it speaks about if a man doeth good and he goes back to his sin, then all his good he did is not. That's between that man and the Father, right? I don't involve myself in that. I'm talking about as far as, because that's where judgment comes in. I'm talking about as far as what I've learned. I don't throw away what I've learned because a man might go off. I don't throw it away, because I would have to throw away people in the Bible that did the same, right? I would have to throw them away as well. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to allow the Most High, man. The Most High is going to be the judge of everything, good, bad, and in between. You see what I'm saying? And that's why the scriptures tell us, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. If your trust is in the Most High, right, then it doesn't matter what man does. I'm still sitting in this truth today with some of the very men that taught me having gone off because I was never here for man. I understood that this was spiritual because it wasn't them anyway. It was the spirit that the Most High put on those men, whether it was for a dispensation of time. The scriptures speak about certain people have a dispensation of the gospel. Dispensation deals with time, right? So it may have been that was their dispensation at that time to teach, and they taught me, right? But it was never really them. It was the spirit. So once that spirit that was on them was used to teach me and help wake me up, right? Now when these men begin to go off and deny the faith, I didn't have to follow because it was never about you to begin with. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I've noticed that people have tried to use, such and such don't teach that no more. Who gives a fuck? It was not what you don't understand, because you're not spiritual. I was never here for him. Most High used him to wake me up because I was, until further notice, a man of the Lord that the Most High wanted to use for his purpose too. So the Most High used that man to stir the spirit up in me. It wasn't about him. It wasn't about him. So don't tell me that he's not teaching this no more. I don't give a damn. I know what I'm teaching. And I know what the spirit the Most High put on me and raised up in me. That's all that matters. And so going back to what I was saying, I had all these videos on YouTube like 2011, 2012, and people, because of the vessel, would come on the comment boards and be hating and have the videos struck down and all stuff like that. So I'm not putting it back on YouTube anymore. Now it's going to go on Patreon. If you really want, if you don't want to hear and you really want to see what was actually being taught, because I hear a lot of people talking about what they heard, what they think. If you actually want to see what was being taught and everything like that, the videos will be on Patreon. They'll be there. They'll be there. Okay? Because a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. I hear people saying, "Well, the elders taught this, elders taught." You don't know what they taught because you've seen a couple of few 5, 7, 8, 10-minute videos on YouTube. You don't know what the hell they taught. I have hundreds of hours of videos. You don't know what they taught. Straight up. You heard, but you don't know. Yeah, Deontay, tell him, King. Tell him. You know what I'm saying? Tell him. Because that's where it's going down. It's going down on Patreon. I'm trying to tell y'all. I put up a gem 2 or 3 days ago. I put up a gem that will never come. There's a video I put up on Patreon 2 days ago that will never come to YouTube. For reasons I can't say, because then it'll give it away what it is, but it will never come to YouTube. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. People were saying stuff, but you guys, just so you know, this YouTube app is SHIT, which is why I don't use it much. When you guys are not saying anything in the chat, like if y'all stop talking for a minute, all the comments disappear. So whatever y'all said, I can't see. I wasn't looking at the screen when I was rambling. So I can't see whatever the hell you guys said. Sorry. So if I asked a question, I didn't answer it. I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see it. Yeah, so in the meantime, until somebody talks, you guys can see that this is the video. The name of the video is called "I'm Moving." This is Road Rage, right? Many of you guys know I used to do the series where I would come on like around 3:30 in the morning, and I would drive down and we just would have these type of conversations. And I stopped doing them because the YouTube app is crappy. And also I've been just like soaking in a lot of information, like driving down, listening to other people, you know. And so I'm going to yes, I'm in I don't know, I'm using the YouTube app. I don't know how to, let me see if I can comment. I've never done that before. No. I don't know how to comment using the YouTube app, but I could tell you the Patreon is Maccabeestv. So this is what I'm gonna tell you, King. And shalom to you, Sakari, by the way. Shalom you. I'm going to, once this video is done and I stop going live, I'm going to come back to the comment section of this video when it's not live, and I'm going to pin the Patreon to the top of the comments. So as soon as you come back to this video, like in about an hour, you guys will see the Patreon link pinned to as the top comment, right? Yesterday I put up a video of myself and the late great, may he rest in power, Elder Priest Bun Lawyer, and myself teaching on public access in 2007. Put that up there yesterday. And that's still a relatively new video to me, because I have videos way before that I'm gonna be throwing up there. I'm gonna throw up a lot of stuff with the elders, right? A lot of the history and stuff that you guys see being taught. The elders had those books. The elders were light years ahead of their time. A lot of the history books that you guys see me use, and those books, the elders were using those books in freaking 91, 92. Y'all gonna see that. Y'all gonna see you're going to see where this information. You're gonna see it with your own eyes, where it comes from, how everything came to be. You're gonna see it, because I'm gonna put it out there. And it's not, again, because it's way too many people talking about what they don't know. I see Christian apologists breaking down the history. I'm saying to myself, damn, I'm mentally scanning the room. And I'm saying to myself, I don't remember seeing you in there. How do you know that that's what happened? How the fuck do you know? Outside of you go watching somebody on YouTube like that Nazi bastard named Vocab Malone, or fucking Mark Reiser, if that's his real name, which is probably not. He talks as though he knows what the hell is going on. Nigga, who told you? And the people that you talked to wasn't there either. So what do you know? Huh? Then I hear these conscious community clowns talking. I'm like, well, what the fuck do you know? Your idol, Khalid Muhammad, used to come to the school too. I seen him there. What do you know? Huh? So it's crazy. So I'm gonna make you guys more confident. You don't have to listen to nobody. You're gonna see it for yourself and judge it for yourself. Right? You know, that's all you have to do. Right? What was taught and what was not taught. Was we what, did we was it being taught all the way back that Israel is scattered through the four corners of the earth, or is this some new? Because I hear people saying, "Well, you guys say that the Israelites are only in North Central South America." Okay, well, I'm looking at a video just yesterday where I hear elders saying that Israel is everywhere. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'm just saying. He didn't attend classes like that, brothers. Just so y'all know, not like that. What happened was, you know, I always go into this, but I guess I'll go into it again. And this kind of goes into something I'm going to be going into in the documentary I'm going to do. Khalid, okay, so for those of y'all that don't know, I got to give you guys a little bit of history. Mosque number 7 is the #1 mosque of the Nation of Islam in New York. It's one of the top mosques. If I'm not mistaken, mosque number 7 is right underneath Mosque Miriam. For those of y'all that don't know anything about the Nation of Islam, and if you're new to the channel, you know what I'm saying, I used to be a 5%er before I came into this Israelite way of life as a young man. And so, you know, the 5% nation is very closely affiliated with the Nation of Islam, right? It comes out of the Nation of Islam, right? Clarence 13X, you know what I'm saying, was, you know, said to be one of Elijah Muhammad's top students along with Malcolm X and others, right? And Clarence 13X is the one that brought the lost and found lessons of gods and earths, which they call the 120s today. Clarence 13X was the one that brought that to the streets, to the you know, to the youth, right? He was more of a street dude, and he was involved with the youth, right? Which is how I found the 5% thing, because that was the street thing everywhere. I ain't gonna just say where I'm from. That was the street thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I knew that was in the streets was, you know what I'm saying, part-time in the streets and part-time they were gods. That's how I found it, right? So Mosque Miriam is the mosque in Chicago. That's where Farrakhan is, right? And like at least #2 or #3, I don't know if it's #2, #3, whatever, is mosque number 7 in New York, which is now, I think, on like 127th or 128th, something like that, whatever. But when we were coming up, mosque number 7 was around the corner from One West. It's around the corner. So we used to see them guys all the time. You see what I'm saying? So what would happen was that if you guys go back and you look at the history, Khalid used to have a lot of debates against white pastors and white Jews and so forth and so on. And Khalid would come around the corner, because mosque number 7 was right around the corner. He would come around the corner and sit in on a Friday night class, and he would take scriptures from the elders. And those very scriptures, if you guys listen to any Khalid Muhammad speech, listen to him break down Revelation 2:9 and 3:9, and y'all tell me. Don't judge what I'm. Just listen. Who talks like that? We do. He was in class, not all the time, so don't get it twisted. But he would come to class if he had a debate, and he would learn from brothers, and which is what you're supposed to do. I've seen these conscious community clowns go and debate so-called Jews, and you don't even consult your brothers. Khalid used to do. That's why Khalid was a different cloth than these dudes today. He's a way different cloth than these dudes today. These dudes today be trying to go in scriptures and stuff like that. You know what the hell you're talking about. Khalid understood his limitations. He would come to brothers and get breakdowns, and he would go and use those breakdowns against so-called Jews and tear them up. Just listen to any debate he had against a so-called Jew. Just listen. That's the history. That's real history. Like I said, I've had the pleasure of seeing a brother in the flesh twice before he died, right? I saw him in class one time on a Friday night, and I saw him in front of the state building. And that was when I was maybe about 20 years old, whatever like that, somewhere around there, 2021. We were coming back from camp, walking across 125th. I mean, I'm speaking to this as though some of y'all from New York, so y'all may not, you know, it may just sound like a whole bunch of noise to y'all, but to understand the way New York City is set up, in Harlem, most of the major subway lines go through Harlem, across from river to river, right? So in order to go up to the Bronx on Fordham Road, where I used to, where the camp used to be and where we used to teach, you got to get off the D train and walk across past the Apollo, past the state building, down 125th to the school. And Khalid used to be sitting in front of the state building sometimes, him and like another dude that was his bodyguard. And we were walking down the block. He was a very young man at the time. And I remember seeing, this is right around the time he did that King College speech, whatever like that. And he seen us, and he made sure to go out of his way to salute us and tell us, he loved what we do. He loved the energy. Young men keep going, whatever, whatever. And this is a dude at the time that was in the height of his whole Nation of Islam and everything, but he showed us love. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's the dude from King College. And then I seen the dude in class. So I always, and you'll hear some Israelites talk down on his name, I will never talk down, because that brother, when he saw us, it was genuine love. And I was a young dude, you know what I'm saying? Still making my way, just, freshly knowing the truth for a couple of years and everything like that. So I still looked up to him like, damn, what I'm saying? This dude I see on TV, he be going in. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, and some people don't speak this way, but for me personally, I will always have a place in my heart for Khalid, just for that. Just for that. And I told y'all heard me, if y'all heard my interview with Sunday, I told him that. There'll always be a place for that, because he was genuine, man. He wasn't about tearing the Israelites down or nothing, even though he was in the NOI at the time. He wasn't. It was all love. And he respected the elders too. It was all love. These are true stories, right? And like I said, I'm gonna go into some of this in the little documentary I'm gonna do, that I'm gonna put out, Lord allow. And these are stories that you guys need to know. Many of you guys are coming, and it's no insult, many of you guys come in during the YouTube era, so you kind of don't hear these stories, because a lot of brothers that were in the truth back then are now Christians. They're not in the faith anymore. So it's very hard to come across people that was there to tell these stories. There are some, what I'm saying? You could get these, you could talk to the brothers in the house of David. You could talk to, Elder Bakwash. You could talk to Zabak and brothers like that. These are brothers that was around that will give you the same stories. They'll give you the same stories. I see some with you guys. You guys always pop up and come in here when I'm about to leave. Like for the first 20 minutes, it wasn't nobody in here. Now you guys are in here. So what you guys want to talk about? What you guys want to talk about? I feel like causing trouble. Yo, Garfield, I see you going from platform to platform talking about me. I want to thank you for that, bro, by the way. I heard you talking about me on Doggy Diamonds and Sonetta. I heard you going to Killer Priest, so make sure you talk about me over there too. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I want you to know that. Sincerely, I appreciate it, bro. Because you losing sleep. And your man Chief X got his, pause. Your man Chief X got his foot surgically implanted on your neck or up your behind, whichever you could take your pick. You know what I'm saying? So you really need to stop worrying about me, and you need to worry about Chief X, because Chief X is saying you don't even have a bachelor's in history. I didn't say it. I'm gonna put it out there for the Israelite community. I didn't say it, but I'm gonna repeat it. Mika, I know you probably in here. Go tell him I said it. Chief X is saying you don't even have a bachelor's in history. You lying. He said he want to see it. You know what? Watch this. Me too. I want to see it too. I ain't saying you don't have it, but I want to see it too. How about that? I'm causing trouble. Yeah, too bad. When you see me, you have a problem. You know why I set up camp every week. So if you have a problem, you can come talk to me. Until I want to see the degree. I want to see your degree too, because you talk a lot of stuff. I don't believe you. I'm causing trouble, huh? One man did back say, I say what I say because none of them could do me. You know, I'm talking about. Anyway, oh man, these dudes is funny, man. Straight up and down. Your man is all in his feelings. He was talking spicy on his show. I had to laugh. Yeah, nigga, you done lost some sleep behind me. You done said my mission is to destroy your book. If possible, yes. You did it to everybody else. If I haven't seen the book, so I can't say whether I'm gonna destroy it or not. If your research methodology is anything like you've been doing, then I'm pretty sure that your book is gonna be good for somebody to rip the pages out and put it at the bottom of their bird cage. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They could use it for a coaster. Your mama tell you don't put the glass or don't put the glass on the table, right? You could use this book as a coaster. You know what I'm saying? To put it and use it for that. That's probably what it's worth, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't talk about it. But you seem awfully troubled that I said I'm going to be looking through your book with a fine-tooth comb. You seem awfully troubled, brother. You was on Doggy Diamonds. I wasn't thinking about you. I was asleep, and you was talking about me. I was asleep minding my business. I wake up, somebody sent me the video like you was talking about me. Huh? You all right? Worry about Chief X. He said you don't have a bachelor's in history. And if you do have a bachelor's in history, I'm going to make it so that people don't want to go to whatever school you got it from because you are a terrible historian. How about that? Now I'm talking spicy. And if you have a problem, I'm same place, 149. You live in the Bronx. So you can come through and we can talk about it. No problem. No problem. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. What else, y'all? I'm causing trouble, but I could do that. Anybody that hates the Father, that's the spirit I'm in. You hate the Most High and you hate Israel. That's the time I'm on. I'm on that time. I'm on that time. And Sonetta can't help you or talk me out of it. I'm on that time. Straight up. I'm going to trash you every chance I get. Not personally, but information-wise. You're going to get personal because you be on that bitch shit. You're going to get personal. I'm just going to keep it information. That's it. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to do. Anybody that hates the Father, you got a problem with me. Vocab, you too. Damn clown, you too. You too. That's the time I'm on. These motherfuckers is making war against the Israelites. I'm fighting back. I got the spirit when y'all remember when you read you read the scripture, every feast of dedication, what happened? I'm making an analogy, brothers and sisters. What happened when you read the Feast of Dedication? The first time the Greeks came against Israel, they didn't fight. And they were massacred. And the Maccabees got together and said, that ain't never happening again. Y'all want to fight? We gonna fight. Now I'm talking about information-wise now. I'm talking about information-wise. So some of y'all be like, why you be entertaining it? Because I'm gonna fight. You ain't gonna fucking fight, and I'm just gonna be sitting there, man, and letting you know. No. Sorry. I'm just talking my stuff this morning. I'm okay. I don't have enough likes though. It's hot as hell in here. I don't want to turn my car back on. Why y'all so quiet? Y'all all right? I'm making y'all nervous because I'm talking stuff. It's gonna be all right. He can't do nothing, but he can't do nothing about what I'm saying. And we see each other all the time, and we live in the same place. He can't do nothing about what I'm saying. He's gonna sit there and take it. He's gonna sit there and take it and whine. That's what he's gonna do. That's it. What else you gonna do? You got a problem with the Father, you got a problem with me. You heard? What y'all want to talk about? I done stirred up enough trouble for the day. I already know. Mika, what up, Mika? I know you either seeing this or you're gonna see it. You're gonna tell them what I said. Please do. Please do. I'm talking my SHIT on every level, information and all the rest. Every level. That's how I'm feeling. Okay, Quinto, I see you. See? I see you. Okay. You're asking me about the mark of the beast, right? So the mark of the beast is not Christianity. That's not what it is. No, it's not Christianity. The mark of the beast is not an embargo. It's not none of those things. It's none of those things. It's exactly what the scriptures say it is. When you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, it's exactly what it say it is. It is a mark. It is a mark. That's what it is. That will be inserted. It's a mark. That's my stance on it. Now, everybody doesn't have the same stance on it. Well, some Israelites don't. They say that the mark of the beast is Christianity, this, that, and the third. And that's what it is. That's what you teach. That's what it is. I don't see that. I don't see that. On a lot of levels. I don't see that. If you're watching, right, on a low level, watch this. If you're watching on a low level, watch this, right? There's a hospital, I think it's called, you guys, if you're from Texas, you guys would know the name of the hospital better than me, but it's Texas Methodist Hospital, is it? If you're from, you said you thought it was spiritual. It goes beyond the spiritual. Because if you have a spiritual mark, it's speak about buying and selling. If you have a spiritual mark, that's not going to stop you from buying or selling. But we won't get into that right now because I'm at work. It's too much of a complex conversation to have. And by the way, brothers, make sure that you guys remember, it hasn't come out. I know it's been like almost 2 years, but these things take time, especially when it's groundbreaking. We have the documentary called Karagma, which is about the mark of the beast coming out. Lord allow before this year is over. But what I want to say is that I don't know if it's Houston, Texas Methodist or whatever the name of the hospital is. But there's a hospital that laid off like 200 and something people because they didn't want to take the the jab, and they want to take it. Pay attention. So they can't. They don't even have a job now because of that, and most likely because they refuse to take it, they probably can't. They probably can't collect unemployment either, because a lot of times unemployment is based on whether what was the reason that you separated employment. Were you fired? Why were you fired? So forth and so on. So sometimes you can't even you can't even get unemployment sometimes because of that. So these people may not even be able to get unemployment for taking a stand, right? Also, I saw an article yesterday concerning football for all you football fans, right? Brother asked me what's the name of the documentary. The name of the documentary is called Karagma. I'll put it in the chat. I saw an article yesterday concerning the NFL football. Right now, a lot of the football players, a lot of the NFL players have already received the jab, but there are some holdouts, right? So you brothers know, like with basketball, with football, with baseball, they have what's called C19 protocols, right? Where if it's said that you contracted C19, you're quarantined for a certain amount of time, so forth and so on. Everybody knows that, right? So last year, the way the collective bargaining agreement was set up, it was set up where football players that had to go into the protocols, they were still paid. So let's say that I got diagnosed that I had to take 3 or 4 weeks off or whatever. Actually, it was 2 weeks quarantine, right? So I had to take the 2 weeks off. Even though I was quarantined for 2 weeks, I still got paid. They're talking about this year that not happening. In other words, the players that refuse to go ahead and take the jab, they also will not be played if they get put on those protocols. So this is something that we call gradualism, where they gradually move the population in a certain direction, but they don't do it in such a way that like alerts or alarms the population. They move you that way gradually. So we see these things happening where it's going to become very difficult. I don't have a time frame on it, whatever like that, where if you don't go along with the system, if you are on the outside of what everybody else is doing and you decide to be different, it's going to be difficult to maneuver in the system. It's going to be difficult to work. It's going to be difficult to go into stores and anything where there's a mass amount of people. It's going to become more difficult to maneuver. So we have to prepare ourselves. That's why I spent the good majority of 2020 talking to people about preparation. And what I believe is that a lot of people went back to sleep after these conversations we were having, because things started to open up and things started to go back to so-called normal. And I'm talking about Israelites. I believe a lot of Israelites went back to sleep. You're not moving as though that this stuff is still going to happen. You're not moving in that. You're not moving with a sense of urgency. And all it is that a lot of things that we saw during the last year were what we call beta tests, meaning that these were just a test to see. They know now, based on the information and data that they're collecting, they know who will move according to what they say. So, they tell everybody to go out and take a jab. They know the people that's going to do it automatically, and they know the people that's not. They know these things. They're collecting and mining data all the time. Right now, we're in a state we're in a place wherein they're working off an honor system, right? I go to the gym, right? The rule inside the gym is that you don't have to wear a mask if you receive the jab. How do they know if you took the jab or not? Is based on an honor system. How long do you guys think that's going to last? That's gradualism. Today, it's off an honor system. Tomorrow, they're going to say what they want to see it, right? Today, they're giving you papers that's saying that you received the jab, but there are also systems that are in place on your cell phone where they're actually making the stuff so it's on your cell phone. Like you could show somebody that you received it before you are able to enter into a place. These things will be gradually introduced over a period of time. It's called gradualism. They progress as much as the population doesn't fight back, doesn't resist. And they're like, oh, okay, they don't have a problem with that. And they come up with something else and something else and something else. And soon you won't be able to fly and so forth and so on. When I say soon, I don't have a time limit. I'm not talking about next week, next month. But these things are gradually going to be implemented in place, right? So my suggestion, as long as I'm on the topic, is to tell brothers and sisters, don't fall asleep on any of the things that you guys heard me talking about on this channel. in months past or last year, because I haven't been talking about it lately. I'm talking about preparation. I'm talking about having, excess in your house that you could have, not over excess, but excess in your house. 2-3 weeks worth of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're somebody that's on medications, have more than just your normal medication. If you could have some refills on it, just have things on hand in case something comes up where you're stuck in your house for a little while, or in case, things come in the future where, if you haven't taken a jab, it's hard for you to move around. Make sure that if you're a part of a congregation, a camp, a school, whatever like that, that y'all have a plan in place to make sure that everybody's taken care of, right? How will you guys move in a time where it's gonna be more communal, right? So let's say you're part of a camp and there's 50 people, right? Everybody don't have to go out and buy the same thing, but you guys can do what's called bartering, right? You buy some things, the other couple in the camp buy some things, another couple in the camp buy some things, this brother, this sister buy some things, and everybody has a little something, and we're able to barter as we need, because that time is going to come. Remember, you read about these things in the book of Acts. The disciples did that. They distributed as was needed. You brothers and sisters do realize we're living in the time of Acts again. We're living in the time of the Acts of the Apostles again. Now. And the time is going to come where the men that the Most High is dealing with, whoever they are, and I'm not saying I'm one of them. I would never say that. But whomever the Lord is dealing with, the time is going to come where the Most High is going to be dealing with them. It's going to be evident to everybody else the Lord is dealing with those people, these men, and they're going to set things up like that. You know what I'm saying? And real leaders think like this before shit happens. Before shit happens. And you have these conversations with your congregation, with your camp, with brothers and sisters, so forth and so on. And if you are an individual, like, well, you're not a part of a camp, right? There got to be somebody that you trust. Family members, friends, neighbors, somebody that you trust. Set up the same sort of thing. If something goes down, you know what I'm saying, we'll share with each other. I got sugar, you got flour. I need flour, you need sugar. Let's exchange, whatever like that. You have that agreement with other people, because the time is going to come where you're going to need that if y'all decide not to go along with the beast system. That's just what it is. And you should not fall asleep because things look like they're okay right now, because things are not okay. All they're doing right now is they are analyzing the data that they've collected over the last year and a half or so. They're analyzing the data, crunching the numbers, and deciding when they go forward now what they're going to institute and what they're going to revamp. Because the next time it's not going to be like how it was in 2020. The next time it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. And they're going to come down even harder, because now they know. You see? That's the time that we're living in. That's why I don't understand how it is that I go on Facebook and social media and I see Israelites arguing back and forth all day. Like, that stuff never makes sense to me. I'm like, you can't have that much time. You don't see all that's going on in the world. You don't see all that's going on in the world. And you only want to argue about like frivolous things. I know you guys see it. There is a whole, listen, I got love for my brothers and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna say it. Those y'all that's on Facebook, y'all let me know, confirm. Do you see this war? It's like almost a war that's going on Facebook concerning whether or not we could eat meat. Do you guys see this? Or is it just me? There is a war brewing on Facebook where people are choosing sides about whether or not you could eat meat, whether or not meat is lawful. There's a whole war, and I'm looking at the news and I'm saying to myself, this is what we talking about? This is what we talking about. Like, nobody's forcing you to eat meat or not eat meat. That's an individual choice. But of all the things that you wake up in the morning and go back and forth and argue about, that's it? Hold on a second. It looks like Sam is coming up. Give me a second, y'all. I ain't gonna show Sam on camera. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Sam is taking a walk. I don't want you guys to see Sam. Yeah. So anyway, of all the things that Israelites can be arguing about, they're arguing about that. And my thing is, I'm turning the cameras on. I really want you guys to see Sam. Sam is a funny guy, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the my thing for now. Yeah. So some brother said, yeah, they're trying to discredit the Bible. Yeah, I see that. And I just have to ask myself, I'm like, of all the things that we could be warring about and we could be doing as Israelites, as believers in the scriptures and stuff like that, this is what we're warring about, this is what we're fighting about now. It baffles me and it's quite upsetting. So, I just kind of stay away from all that stuff like that, brothers and sisters. So I just want you brothers and sisters to know there's a lot of distractions out here. We're in the last days. There are a lot of things that are distractions out here. And you brothers and sisters don't need to, hold on a second. What's going on, bro? I'm good. I can't complain. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Sam walked away so I could, yeah, there's a lot of distractions out here. So I'm just giving you brothers and sisters warning. Don't get caught up in distractions, brothers and sisters. Stay focused, right? Stick with the scriptures, the milk of the scriptures, the basics of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Love the Most High with all your mind, body, and spirit. Love your brother and your sisters as you would love yourself. And in so doing, you have fulfilled the whole law. That is not to say that you should not keep the rest of the law. But that is to say that those are the things upon which your salvation and deliverance are incumbent upon. Those things. Because Israel never, like I always tell brothers in the camp, Israel never had a problem keeping Passover. Israel never had a problem wearing fringes. But that moral and that civil law, that's what we violated all the time. That's what we violated. That's what we couldn't keep. That and idolatry. Israel couldn't stay away from idolatry, and we didn't know how to treat each other. All the gods that the other nations worship, we wanted to worship them too. And when it came to dealing with each other, we dealt with each other deceitfully and evil, right? When you have groups like, just to give you guys a quick lesson, and I'm going to get out of here, right? When you read about these groups in the scriptures, right? You read about groups like, let me just talk about it real quick. You guys are familiar with the Pharisees, of course. Shalom, Mika, you missed all the shit I was talking earlier, so I just might talk it again. So you can go back and take a message to your friend. You had a couple of groups in the past, right? Everybody knows about the Pharisees. Everybody knows about the Sadducees, right? There was a group of Israelites. Listen carefully to what your brother's telling you. Because I tested the camp on this first, my camp, to make sure brothers understood. You had another group called the Herodians. Listen carefully. I'm going to talk my shit in a second, Mika. I'm going to give you a concise 2-minute shit talking session that you missed, so you can run back and tell. But let me finish what I'm saying. There was a group called the Herodians. I need for brothers and sisters to understand the Herodians and the Herods are not the same. I'm going to say it again. The Herodians and the Herods are not the same. The Herods are the line of Edomites. Listen carefully. The Herods are the lines of Edomites that were set up by the Roman Senate to be king over Israel. The Roman Senate set up Herod and his sons. Those are the Herods. You had a group of Israelites called the Herodians. So you read about the Herodians in the Gospels, you think, no, the Herodians, just Google it. The Herodians are Israelites that were loyal to Herod. See, the Pharisees, for all the bad press, guess how I know when brothers be called brothers Pharisees? Brothers don't know this history. The Pharisees, for all that, they were not, first of all, when they were established, they weren't wicked. They got wicked during the time of Rome, but they were not always wicked. And the Pharisees, when they were set up, the Pharisees were loyal to the scriptures, right? They believed that the only king of Israel should be from the line of David. That's what the Bible says. And they were for that. They were down with that. The Herodians was like, to hell with that. We loyal to Rome. So whoever Rome set up as king, that's our king. So the Herodians were loyal to Herod. That's why they were called Herodians. But those are Israelites. Just know that. That's a fact. Google it while I'm talking. The Herodians are Israelites that were loyal to the line of Herod. But the line of Herod is not the rightful kings of Israel. Y'all know that. But they all got together and came against Christ and the apostles. They all got, with all their differences, them, the Sadducees, the Pharisees, the scribes, they all got together and came against Yahushua. That's a fact. And that's the way it is today too. You're gonna have a lot of distractions. But the one thing that you'll notice is that people will always come together to come against the truth. Now, yes, the Pharisees are misunderstood. They're misunderstood. The ones that was around during the time of Christ, the reason why Christ was against them was A, they put tradition over the commandments. That's in the scriptures, right? They put traditions over commandments, and they like their position that Rome gave them, and they don't want to make no waves. They don't want to make no waves. You know what I'm saying? So they were disloyal. They were disloyal to Christ. They were disloyal. Okay? But that's for another day, another time. I went through some of the stuff in the academy already. Somebody asked me, will I be uploading something to Patreon from Patreon? I didn't see that. Mika, yeah, so what I was saying real quick, just a concise, so you can go back and take, because I know, Mika, you're the homie, but I know you go back and take messages because that's your homie. Like I said, you could tell your homeboy, I said, thank you for talking about me on his show. Thank you for going on Doggy Diamond's show, which wasn't about me and talking about me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the I appreciate all of the attention that he sends my way. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Absolutely. See, I sleep well at night. While I was asleep, he was up thinking about me. That's why he was talking about me. Okay? I just wanted you to let you know that, and I appreciate it. His book is still trash. If it is anything like the other research he's done, it is trash. I'm saying it. And last oh yeah, I'm talking. Make sure you don't miss one word. And tell him, this is the main part I want you to go tell him. Tell him I said Chief X wants to see a physical copy of his BA in history, and so do I. Okay? Okay. All right. Now go run tell that, sis. You heard? Chief X wants to see. Go watch Chief X's channel, Mika. He been going. Chief X got his foot on his neck. I gotta go, man. So I got something happening outside here. I got to go. Yes. Go run tell that. Family, it's your brother, Priest Danyaahla, Lines of Israel. Matt, oh, I thought this was for me, but it's not. Okay. Yes. Mika, go look at Chief X's channel. The last 3 or 4 days, he got his foot on your homie's neck. He's like, yo, that he don't got no BA in history. He said he offered to give the man money if he can provide a transcript or some type of proof that he has a BA. I'm not saying he don't have the BA in history. I know he don't know history. I know Garfield doesn't know history based on the shit. This nigga didn't even know certain definition of certain words. He did whole 4-hour presentations on Sonetta and didn't even look up words. Read a goddamn Rational Wiki article. The dude in the Rational Wiki article went into something in Latin. This nigga didn't even open up a Latin dictionary to make sure the definition was right. He just repeated it. And you have a BA in history? Huh, yeah, now I'm with Chief X on that. We need to see that. And if you do have a BA in history, what I'm saying is that whatever school you went to, I'm gonna make sure that nobody wants to go there to get that BA because that BA is trash. Now run tell that. What else y'all want to talk? That's it, Mika. I'm done talking shit. What else y'all want to talk about? I just gave you a summation of what I was talking about earlier. Run tell that. And if he has a problem with what I said, he knows where my camp is. He can come see me anytime. Anytime. Okay. What else is there? What else I want to talk about? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been an hour and 28 minutes. So I didn't talk my shit enough. I had a good time. So Maccabeestv TV 2. If y'all not subscribed, I'm gonna put a link there. I'm also gonna put a link to my Patreon in the comments. So once I'm done going live in about 2 minutes, I'm gonna come back to this video. I'm gonna pin in the comments the link to Maccabeestv TV 2. This is where I'm going to be doing road rages like this going forward, where I do my shit talking, right? And I'm also going to link the Patreon there as well for those y'all that are not down with the Patreon and want to be a part of the Patreon. Yes, Mika. Yeah, you do that, Mika. You go back and rewatch because I was talking a lot of shit. You went on Doggy Diamonds, was talking shit about me, but I was laughing because I appreciate that. That means you was up late thinking about me because he know it. He said it on his show. He said that he knows that I'm the one that's going to trash him and his information in his book. He knows. His spirit is bearing witness. He knows. He knows. That nigga know. He know. And he deserves, and listen, take this back too. He deserves it. He did it to everybody. He did it to Rudolph Windsor. He did it to Ivan Van Sertima. Okay, he did it to if you take it up to date, even though I don't agree with him, he did it to Jabari, he does it to Shaka, he does it to Zion, he does it to everybody. So he deserves whatever the fuck he get. And if he has a problem with what I'm saying, whatever like that, my camp is in the same place. I'm not hard to reach. If he has a problem with what I'm saying, that's his business. He gonna have nightmares. He gonna have nightmares. He been fucking with everybody for years. It's his turn now. You heard? That's why I sat back and waited for the book to come out. And I'm gonna trash it every chance I get. Word. All right? With that being said, it's your brother Priest Dan, representing Lions of Israel. And I'm out of here. Shalom.